What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Giant Perspectives. I'm your host, Riley. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to go over Shedeur Sanders' film review in this episode today. One thing about this game, they kind of got demolished all game long. It's not really on, I would say it wasn't on Shedeur. It was more on the offensive line, the scheme, a whole bunch of things that went into it, but we're going to dive into that today. But I do just want to say thank you guys for getting the last film review to 1,000 views. I really do appreciate that. But without further ado, let's dive into this film review. All right, so this right tackle gets beat pretty quickly here. Doesn't set his feet, lets him get right by. I'm not sure if he thought he had inside help or what, but Shedeur does a good job to step up and get a couple yards. From the other angle, they're in a 4x1. They're going to be running the spacings concept here. And when you're running spacing, you gotta get the ball to your hand quick. You got to determine who's guarding who, so Shedeur isn't able to do that right away, and on top of that, the right tackle gets beat. But again, it is a good job to be able to move up and, get some yards out of that. So taking a look at some of these routes here, I mean, he could have maybe fit the ball into this window, but again, I don't know. 11 does start lined up in the A gap. We'll take a look at from the beginning of the play here. 11 starts lined up in the A gap, so he's going to drop back pretty quickly. Maybe Shedeur can fire it in right now, but again, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good coverage across the board. Maybe you can hit 5 out there, and on top of that, you're going to see down here at the bottom, Hunter's getting held, so they don't call that. But yeah, Shedeur steps up, able to get 5 yards. Not bad there from him. And so for me, this is just the spacing, the concepts, everything that goes into this just isn't perfect this game. All right, on this next one, it's 3rd and 2. You need to convert here to move the chains and keep the drive alive. And I mean, again, his play design is just really bad in my opinion. They throw it short of the first down. You got 3-on-2. You're going to get a sticks concept where both the outside guys are running down the field. The inside guys are running outs here. And I mean, when you just look at this play in full time, Shedeur is just looking over to the left. He doesn't really look over to his right side. He doesn't really go through his progressions, so he misses the guy down low. What I would have liked to see, instead of looking straight to the left, is to read this slot corner, because he can't cover 2 out routes. You know that both of these guys are going to be going on out routes, and this defensive end here that's lined up on the line, he can't get out either. He can't get out there in time. So you know it's essentially going to be a 2-on-1. You got to drive that ball in there and make that throw. It's a little concerning for me, but, it is okay. It's just one play. We're going to move on here. And then on your very next play of scrimmage, you have your right guard jumping off sides, which just hurts this cause and makes it a 3rd and long. So you go from offsides to this right here, which is, I mean, come on. I know that the left tackle's a true freshman, so I'm going to cut him some slack. But this is just not a good job here by him at all. Shedeur really has no time to go anywhere with the football. It's sacked instantly. You've got to be able to pick up that block, in my opinion. That's just not a good job blocking up front. There's no time, nowhere to go with the ball for Shedeur. So just a bad job by the O-line here. And again, we have another very interesting concept here where I don't even know. I mean, I know that they try to hit a shovel pass underneath, but this is just not a good play design again. Your offensive line is struggling all game long. Again, you can't run plays like this when your O-line is just not good. This guy that's lined up in the 3 technique here basically just disrupts the entire play. He gets right past the right tackle, and he can't contain him. He actually has 2 people on him. He gets right through. He disrupts the whole play. You just can't have that. You got to contain your edge, and you got to push him back and create a hole for the running back or for the receiver here. It's just not good. Not good. All right, and on this next one, let's take a look at the left guard. He essentially lets him walk right past him, just a free sack. You can't have this. Shedeur was under constant pressure this entire game, and it's been like this really for his entire season. But from this other angle, they're trying to take a deep shot, and I mean, again, no, you don't have anybody open at all. And even if there was somebody open, you can't really. Your quarterback's going down in half a second. So what they're trying to run here is there's the 2 outside guys are running deep posts, but this inside receiver is actually who they're going to want to target here, and he's going to be running a kind of an underneath drag underneath the posts. But again, even if it was open up, he just has no time. I mean, as soon as he's where he's supposed to throw this ball right now, the routes are finally developed. Your quarterback is getting thrown to the floor. What are you supposed to do here? It's just, you can't run these deep and long developing plays when you have an offensive line that can't protect the quarterback long enough. You know what I mean? So just a bad play design all around, in my opinion. So I know we only looked at a few plays, but there's not much as far as Shedeur Sanders versus BYU. There's not a whole bunch of good in this game, but I wanted to dive into a game where he struggled because I want people to see Shedeur Sanders has played behind an offensive line that has put him under constant duress all season long. If the Giants were to get him, he would be probably playing under the same duress all season long. So for me, it's almost a plus for him that he's played behind this battle line because I see it as Shedeur Sanders is the most likely option for the Giants. I keep seeing so many things. I think he's going to fall right to them at 3. I don't think the Browns are going to take a quarterback. So I just see him being a Giant. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. And I think him playing behind this battle line is really going to benefit him in the NFL because he knows how to manage things. That's what I'd say. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. Let me know down below who you want to see next. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Riley, and I'm out.